Most people don't have a clue where vitamin D comes from or what we do with it. All they know is we get it from the sun and we might need it or something like that. Generally, sunlight has 3 different types of UV rays: ultraviolet rays, UVA, UVB, and you guessed it, UVH. Nah, it's UVC, bro. So most of the UVC gets blocked out by the Earth's atmosphere. You know that one we used to burn a hole through? So that's the one that blocks out the UVC. UVA and UVB are the ones that caress that sweet, soft, succulent skin of yours. UVA goes deeper into your skin. It causes you to age, it gives you that leathery skin, it gives you some wrinkles. UVB doesn't really go as deep as UVA, but they usually cause sunburns if you're exposed long enough. So UVB is the one that we're focusing here, not ASC, yeah? So when these specific UV rays hit your skin, it triggers your skin to make vitamin D. So we don't get vitamin D from the sun, we actually make it ourselves. Basically, spoiler, the sunlight is just the heat when you turn the stove on. We already have the ingredients. So how does that work? Vitamin D is actually closer to being sort of a hormone than a vitamin in terms of the way it works. So bear with me, it's gonna get proper nerdy for a minute. So the epidermis of your skin, the top layer, that layer of skin has a molecule called 7-dehydrocholesterol. Look at this guy, he has molecules in his skin. What a nerd. Anyway, as you might have guessed from the name, 7-dehydrocholesterol is a type of cholesterol. So when those UVB rays start groping your skin, they carry just the right amount of energy to break a specific bond in that 7-dehydrocholesterol molecule. It's actually quite fascinating. I'm still learning about this stuff. I'm just simplifying it for you. So the energy from those UVB rays actually changes the shape of that molecule and basically molds it into something called pre-vitamin D. So it's actually not vitamin D yet. This is basically the raw ingredient, like a little seasoning marinade, let's call it. So once you have that pre-vitamin D in your epidermis, after that 7-dehydrocholesterol gets molded into that pre-vitamin D, your skin's warmth slowly converts it, cooks it into vitamin D3. From there, your sexy body takes that vitamin D3 and distributes it throughout your bloodstream. Some of it goes straight to your liver, which does some more conversions. Then it sends it to your kidneys, which does some magic there, and converts it into calcitriol. Calcitriol is the hormone your body actually uses after getting vitamin D. So let's talk about calcitriol, yeah? Some people say calcitriol, probably like Americans or something, but we gotta give credit to this calcitriol hormone because this is the real MVP of this whole process. You know, when people say, oh man, vitamin D has all these benefits, they're actually talking about the benefits of calcitriol, an active hormone form of vitamin D. The thing is, vitamin D isn't the only factor in making calcitriol. We also need magnesium, meaning your body needs that magnesium to activate the enzymes so you can make vitamin D3. Yeah. There's a lot of things going on here, dude. However, vitamin D3 is the main character. He's the highest paid cast member. So what is vitamin D? Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin that your body can make on its own when your skin is exposed to sunlight, specifically UVB rays. You can also find it in food like some fish, eggs. Like I said, it acts more like a hormone. So once it's produced by your body or you take it as a supplement, your liver and kidneys convert it into that active form. There are 2 types of vitamin D, D2 and D3. There used to be a vitamin D1, which was discovered back in the 1920s, but it turned out to be a combination of D2 and D3. So they scrapped that whole idea and went on to the sequels. D2 you can get from certain kinds of plants and certain kinds of mushrooms that were exposed to the sun. We can't get it directly from the sun. Only those things can. Our bodies can use it, but it's less efficient than D3. Those plants and mushrooms are more efficient at processing D2. D3 is better for us. Hence why when you look for vitamin D supplements, you'll almost always, 99% of the time, find D3. And I don't know if anybody out there is looking for vitamin D2 supplements. So D3 is the one that this entire video is basically about. This is the more bioactive form of vitamin D that your body and my body prefers. D3 is absorbed better than D2 and it lasts longer in your system. So what are the benefits of vitamin D? You probably already know the benefits because you more than likely ran through a whole bunch of videos before you got to this one. I'll go through them with you anyway. Number one, everybody knows vitamin D gives you stronger bones. It helps your body absorb calcium and phosphorus, which are basically the building blocks of that sexy skeleton of yours. Low vitamin D equals weaker bones. Get your shit together. Number two, muscle strength. So vitamin D affects your muscle cells so they can contract properly. Translation, low vitamin D equals weak muscles as well. Number three, mood. This is a big one. Low vitamin D means a higher chance of depression. This is some serious stuff. This is why in winter, people feel like shit because half of the damn year they don't have the sun. You remember calcitriol? Calcitriol helps to regulate serotonin and dopamine. If your brain chemistry isn't properly balanced, you will feel like a zombie in sweatpants and Ugg boots and a messy bun. Number four, testosterone. Boys, this is the one. Pay attention, yeah? Low vitamin D and low testosterone is almost always commonly linked. If you don't believe me, I'll leave a link to this study in the description. You can go check it out for yourself. Like I said just 2 seconds ago, calcitriol plays a role in hormone balancing. With enough vitamin D, your body will maintain healthy testosterone levels and quality sperm. Oh my god. You might want that at some point. I don't know. Fifth benefit, immune system support. This one's kind of interesting because calcitriol acts like a kind of coach for the white blood cells. Basically, it stops it from overperforming and underperforming. It keeps it just at the right performance level, your white blood cells, that is. So when you have like a virus or a bad immune system and you catch something, calcitriol is the hormone that tells your white blood cells, dude, you gotta attack that bitch, get that shit out of here. So long story short, people with good vitamin D levels statistically get sick less often. Number six, the sixth benefit, heart and blood pressure. You don't have to be a senior citizen to care about your heart health. Vitamin D and calcitriol helps your blood vessels relax blood vessels, better circulation. That also means quite a bit for your boners. There's loads of other benefits that I don't have the energy to mention in this video. So how much vitamin D do you actually need as a human being? I hope you're a human watching this and not like a dog or cat, because this information might not apply to you, or chupacabra or something, I don't know. This is a very difficult question to answer because it depends on so many factors. Like the only real way to know how much vitamin D you have in your system and how much you need is to get a blood test. Generally speaking, if we're just throwing out a random number, adults need less than 1000 IU of vitamin D. IU is international units. But where you live is a big factor. Someone living near the equator like Bali, Singapore, Venezuela, Colombia, their sunlight is rich in UVB for most of the year. If you live in like Canada or the UK, half of the year you're basically bankrupt on vitamin D. Like you might assume, winter months equals less vitamin D production for you. Your skin tone also matters. So if you're a white person, you will need less sun exposure to make the same amount of vitamin D as somebody with darker skin. Melanin, the pigment that makes your skin darker, is basically a natural sunscreen. So a Somalian, for example, technically needs more time in the sun to produce the same amount of vitamin D as like a Scandinavian. Dude, white privilege runs into science. If you're an older person watching this, by the way, welcome. I hope you're not confused by my memes or anything. Older people usually need more vitamin D than younger people. That's because 7-dehydrocholesterol, that molecule I mentioned earlier, your skin has less of it, right? As you age. Consider supplementing vitamin D or eating a lot of fish. For everybody, 30 minutes of exposure during the midday sun will give you about 10,000 to 20,000 IUs of vitamin D. Now you might be thinking, Neil, hold on a second. You said we need only 1,000 IUs of vitamin D per day. What am I gonna do with 20,000, dude? Am I not overdosing on it? It's a good thing that we get a lot of vitamin D from like 30 minutes of exposure because your body doesn't use all of it instantly. It actually stores most of it in your liver. If your body needs it after getting it from the sun, it will use some of it. It will send it through the bloodstream, do its thing, but most of it will go towards the liver to get stored. When your body needs it again later that day or tomorrow, the storage in the liver will send to the kidneys and create that bad boy, that MVP, calcitriol. So technically, you only need a couple of hours of sun per week in order to have a regular D3 level in your body, calcitriol production in your body. Doesn't mean, dude, you're not gonna go outside, just look at the sun for 30 minutes and go inside and hide for the rest of the day. No, what I'm saying is technically you do need just a few hours of sun per week to maintain healthy D3 levels. Right, so what food has vitamin D in them? If for some reason you can't find sunlight and you can't afford D3 supplementation, the best source is fish. Mackerel, tuna, salmon, sardines, and anchovies. Anchovies are disgusting. Egg yolks also have vitamin D, the yellow part of the egg. However, only chickens that were outside, their eggs would have more vitamin D3 than perhaps the ones that you will get from the grocery store, which have likely come from factories or warehouses where those chickens spend the entirety of their lives inside, not exposed to the sun at all. It is a popular source of D3, but it has very little bit. Beef liver also has a decent amount of vitamin D, but beef liver tastes like ass, dude. It tastes like shit. It also comes with a lot of other things like iron and B12. Generally, it's a healthy organ to eat, but don't depend on it as a good source of vitamin D. And of course, you can get it from cod liver oil and fortified products. Fortified meaning like the manufacturers would put vitamin D3 into the product after, like in the process of creating it. Sorry, it's late and I'm sleepy and I'm stumbling a lot. Anyway, I don't have an outro for this video. Long story short, you need vitamin D3 more than you think. Yeah, consider supplementing if you can't afford the fish, or hear me out, just go outside, dude. I know it sounds scary, but it's not that bad. Sometimes I go outside sometimes, you know. Guys, little brother, little sister, whoever you are that's watching, consider taking your existence a bit more seriously. Yeah, when it comes to your health, right? Stuff like vitamin D and other vitamins and supplements and nutrients. Don't wait until you're older to start having those problems and tell yourself, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Take care of your body from now. It'll save you so much more time and energy in the future. D3, testosterone, your mood, your hormone balancing, your bones, your muscles. It's a big deal, man. And people don't seem to take it seriously enough, especially those of you who are in Canada, USA, UK, Germany, wherever you are that you're watching from that has like winter months. Anyway, if you have any questions, drop in the comments. I'll appreciate it if you subscribe. If you've watched to this point of the video, all the way to the end, hey man, thank you. I appreciate that for supporting a small creator, but also being interested in whatever I have to say. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Please take care of yourself until then.